Yo, what is up guys? Joker here. I went ahead and I'm going to make a video on a strategy about trying to farm bases in Haewark Hamlet. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm using a misinformation, meticulous platinum watchstone, two essentials so I can have a higher chance for extra essence, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and use sacred lands and paid in blood as well. So hopefully I have a decent chance to get a ritual here. And then the bases are going to be of that higher level because Archdemon crowns and Blizzard crowns are kind of super expensive. So I want to try to grab those. On top of that, I think I am going to go ahead and sink the money to buy Remnants of Corruption, and then I'm going to go ahead and get those remnants of corruption as well as using the essence modifier on here to see if I can get some of the super expensive essence down here because Asteria is 55C and this is 36, right? So some of these essence are stupid expensive, right? So go ahead and try to hit those. I'm going to run about 24 maps here, see if I get any ritual, see if I can make the profit back. Essentially, it was an X for the misinformation, an X for each of these, and then an 8X for the meticulous. So we need to make at least 12X back. I am going to go ahead and test something as well, right? Right now it does have the hunter influence there, right? We're gonna have to throw these in another tab. I'm restarting it. I did it before and I thought I could stack 3 meticulous. You can't do 3 misinformation. You can't do that. So I'm gonna have to reset. This was from 2 maps though. Not bad from 2 maps, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and throw on an Elder Scarab and a Shaper Scarab, just trying to get those extra bases, right? Those extra high level bases might be able to help me out. All right, so I went ahead and I spent another 6x on Remnants of Corruption. So hopefully I get some kind of money because right now we are 18x of investment into this. So I can't really say that I recommend it until I run these and let me grab scarabs. Till I run some of these and hopefully make some kind of profit, right? Now, the reason I'm running these is because those were free for me, and I'm pretty sure they're also not even that expensive. Like, if I price check a winged, 12C and 4C, no, see? And then hopefully I can probably get an Elder base or a Shaper base that's worth something. So, unable to open map. Oh, I can't run both? Really? Okay. I didn't put essence on it. Aw. I mean, I'd say so far so good. I'm 2 maps in, and so far I've already dropped a 45C base, a 90C base. Like, so I'd say so far is going good. If that crystal belt would have been influenced, it would have been way more, but. Okay, so unless I don't know math and my memory is terrible, I believe I am 12 maps done because this is at 8, and I believe I started the other watchstone at 8 once I messed it up the first 2 times. So I'm either at 12 or 14. I don't remember. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got. Honestly, first impressions may have been a mistake because I am using so much money on Remnants of Corruption that I don't see a way it could really be profitable, right? Like, since Remnants of Corruption are so expensive, I don't see how. Let's see. Yeah, I got an X drop, which was probably lucky, and 2 delirium orbs dropped, which was probably super lucky, and I'm at 500C. Now, granted, the main gimmick is the bases, right? And out of here, I think I have 2 bases that I can actually sell. I don't think this qualifies. Yeah, no. Where is it? It was that, maybe that, and then there was an astral plate. So like 50. Oh, okay. I guess that doesn't sell. I thought the warlord. Okay. So yeah, about 140 C on top of that. So about 670. That's not how math works. 690. So nowhere near making any kind of money from this. I am way in the negative here because I used 18x to start up, right? For the watchstones. Now I do know I get to keep these, right? But since I've already burnt through 1x on the watchstone and at least 1x in remnants, because what is it? 1x to 22? Yeah. So at the very least 1x in remnants, that I'm kind of pretty far in the negative. Let's see if we can turn this around. And we are done. Jesus, that was painful. Luckily I have another essence tab right here that I'm actually going to go ahead and set to essence after I do this first excellence net price check and grab all my essence and throw them in there and turn them into higher tier essence. But I have to say, honestly, that was super painful. I got maybe 2 rituals, which is weird because of the fact that I feel like normal Alkin Go maps, I get more rituals, which is weird. But whatever, it seems like with the increased chance, I got less rituals. So I'm assuming this is mint only if you can do the juicer of paying for the 4 rituals per map. Which, to put that into context, 4 blood-filled rituals is about 1.5x because they're 45C each, right? No, yeah, it's about 1.5x pretty much for those 4. So you have to try to get at least 1.5x from that map to even make up for it. And if you try to fill your own rituals, it's extremely painful. The only other thing that I may think of, and I may do a separate video on, is just rolling ritual with a sextants to ensure that I have rituals there, see if there's a profit difference there, which honestly there's most likely going to be. But that's also probably going to take a large amount of sextants to actually do. But let's go pull up the excellence real quick and see how painful this was. So once again, the initial buy-in was about 18x, and I made 900C. So I made approximately, hey Google, what's 928 divided by 150? So I made about 6x in 24 maps. So if I take into consideration that I used 2 misinformations, that's 2x out of the 6x just gone. And then if we take into consideration that I used about, 70 remnants of corruption at the very least, right? 3 times 24, yeah. So there would be minimum 70, and these are 5, 6C each. That, hey Google, what's 6 times 70? 420. So essentially I made 1x in 24 maps, which was by far like the most unpleasant experience ever, just because it wasn't that fun. Like out of all the videos I done, I don't know, maybe at this point I'm just getting burnt out, but that was like the least unenjoyable thing I have done in a while. That was terrible. I don't know if it was because you weren't getting that adrenaline of actually getting good drops, but that was bad. That was like on the level of if you had the idea to put your hand in a blender and turn it on, that those 24 maps was not worth the carpal tunnel that I'm gonna get in a couple of years from PoE. So, yeah, totally not. I wouldn't be able to recommend this at all. And the reason I make these videos is I did have someone comment say, hey, I had this same idea and I saw your video after, and yeah, it was terrible for me too. And I'm like, well, I try. I'm like, I try to do these ideas to show you guys, hey, this is a good idea. This might be something you want to try. Hey, this is a fucking terrible idea. You really don't want to do this. I mean, even if you're poor, you would rather want to go to Lyra Arthane and do the flash breach stuff with the Shiola compared to this with the Shiola, right? Because I'm pretty sure I got more stones from there too. And even with that, like another low income thing was the strong boxes, right? The strong box and the per demon, I'm pretty sure made more profit than this too. So I'm the twice tempered. I mean, I made almost no money on that with essentially divine farming, but I still made more money than this. So, and it had a way less gate to get into it, right? So I think the next video may be essentially rolling the sextant and trying again. I am not going to use essence though. I am going to go ahead and just focus 100% on ritual. I'm going to go ahead and just roll the sextant, which I went through 100 sextants and I didn't get it. So I have no idea. I hit Nemesis before I hit the thing. So I don't know how rare it is, but it seems pretty rare. All right. But that's that. I'm going to pause real quick before the end statement because, like I said, I have this second essence tab. And then I'm going to throw all these essence in there, try to upgrade them, throw them back in here, see if there's any kind of price difference or if any of them even upgrade. I want to point out that it is pretty sad that with 24 maps, I actually didn't even get enough essence to fill up my inventory. I mean, I know there's not that many different type of essences, but like, come on, even with my inventory majorly clogged by other stuff, it still wasn't enough to go ahead. I'll just use a cemetery that I can jump in and out of. It still wasn't enough to actually give me, it wasn't enough for me to fill my inventory, which is kind of sad. So let's jump in and out of that cemetery real quick and jump back over to excellence. Okay, so survey says if we lost or got money by combining the essence, we actually lost 42C. That's impressive. Okay, so yeah, honestly, I'd give this a solid like 2 out of 10. Once again, it's not that good of an idea. Now, you can take into consideration I got maybe 2 bases that would actually sell, but that's it. That's about 140C, so it's still like nothing. This, especially since I think it took me 2.5 hours, so it's like an X in 2.5 hours. Don't do this. Oh, in case I didn't mention it, I also found out that these don't stack. I noticed that at the end. I thought they were going to stack, but no. If you go over to your atlas, it kind of shows you that they don't stack when you grab a Haewark map. Let me go here. Grab a Haewark map real quick. Right? You throw it in here. 18% chance to have an additional essence, right? So, wait, or is it stacking? Okay, no, my bad. It was. So, it's 18 each. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So I didn't see the second line the first time because it is there twice. So it does stack. Okay, that's good. So 36%. So on the high end, if you don't do the level boost and you don't do the ritual and you just focus on this, you have a 72% chance for it to have additional essence. But the remnants of corruption are so expensive and all of the other essences are so cheap that it's just not worth doing. Maybe at the start of League it's worth doing, but now it's definitely not. But alright guys, I just wanted to bring this video to you. I hope you enjoyed. If you like the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Look, with my brand new thing I learned how to do where it puts like a video for you and like a subscribe button, right? Alright guys, well until next time, take care.